Welcome everybody to the first individual section of accountability for the Unfuck My Life experiment. I am Becky Dunmeyer of Seduction Market, and I'm here with Cheryl Ellis of
the Faceless Warrior Project.
Yeah, dude. So last week on episode 3 of the Unfuck My Life experiment, Cheryl and I decided to start weekly goals for accountability. So we're going to lay out what we're going to do in the upcoming week, and then at the end of the week we're going to check back in and see how we did. Last week we set some goals. Cheryl, what was your goal that you were supposed to do?
I was going to write my first major post and 2 sub posts this week for my blog. And I believe it was also getting my email set up, correct?
You actually didn't have that one as an official.
I didn't officially put that on there. That was a sub. Okay, well, that was a bonus. I got that done. So I am happy to announce that I officially did get those things done. And if you want evidence, go check out the website.
Yeah, we'll actually put the links down below. So reminder note to yourself. Send me the links to put in the description.
Okay.
So we can get those promoted. And also, I'm sure they're awesome sauce. So people, who would be the best person to go check those out?
Everybody, including your mother. No, I'm dead. I'm being sarcastic, but actually this is material that I think everybody in America needs to watch right now, perhaps everybody in the world. Because here's the thing, ultimately what the topics were is a breakdown and the distinction between PTSD and C-PTSD. Now, complex PTSD is about a long-term exposure to trauma. And I'm telling you, what the world went through with the pandemic causes complex PTSD. We lived in let me rephrase. We are living in a constant state of fear. We're in a fear state. And what that does to your subconscious, what that does to your psyche, causes long-term brain damage. The articles that I wrote actually outline how you can use your knowledge and insights into your own mind in order to optimize your own performance. Everybody in the world needs this right now. Every single person in the world needs this right now. We're all in a state of PTSD. And because it's been so prolonged, guess what? We just up-leveled to complex PTSD. Brain damage. Go unbrain damage yourself.
You're dishing out that DIY self-help.
Yeah. Go unfuck yourself.
Which is amazing. So congratulations, first of all, on getting it done. Second,
you don't get to get me to eat anything gross today.
I don't, and I'm a little sad about it. However, I do want to point up, Miss Mathematics Cheryl, that you stretched beyond possibly 8% outside your comfort zone.
I do want to say I paid for it.
How?
There are certain other areas of my life that went neglected as a result.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. However, did you die though?
No, I didn't die because I only extended myself for the length of a week.
Right.
Okay. But there are certain important key areas of my life. You have to maintain that balance. And I had to sacrifice some of that balance in order to stretch that far beyond what I was comfortable with doing. So, no, I didn't die.
You didn't die.
But the human system is very, very, very resilient. So
the lesson that we learned is that we'll find a goal that has a little bit more balance, but still goes outside the comfort zone this week.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. I like it. I'm
just happy I get to get outside this week because God knows I haven't spent enough time outdoors.
Yeah. Weather's turning nicer too, which is nice. It's like hoodie weather almost most places.
I like summertime. You're never gonna change my mind. Anyway, go ahead. How did you do this week?
I actually did okay-ish. So all of the things got done-ish. Here's the thing. Did I do 2 hours, 6 days a week? No. Did I get 12 hours total of focused sales activity in? Yes. So the overall goal was met. However, the doing it every single day was not met. So I don't know if that chalks up as a win or not. I'm counting it as a win because the overall amount was done.
Loophole.
It is a loophole, and perhaps we need to justify that, because honestly, just for me, that's kind of a fight between old patterns too. Of the point was to do it every day, and did I do it? It wasn't to do it for 12 hours. So technically, I think I probably biffed that one, but I also did get the amount of activity, but the goal was the consistency of every day. So perhaps that's not a win.
I don't want to bust your stones, but I want to bust your stones.
Yeah, it's not a win.
One of the things about the consistency and doing it, breaking up into smaller chunks, okay, is your brain, going back to the Pomodoro technique, is only actually going to digest things in smaller chunks. And
Right.
the proper way to establish new habits is to do it with consistency. Like, I can go out on a binge drinking. That doesn't make me a habitual drinker. You know what I'm saying? If I flip it on its head, if I'm a habitual drinker and I take one day off, oh, my goal is to not drink for 24 hours. Well, if you don't drink it for 24 hours in one day, you've succeeded. But that doesn't mean that you've conquered your habit. So, so I gotta break your stones.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid point. Like, I didn't do it all in a 6 or 12 hour stretch. They were still 2 hour stretches. A couple days just had 2 of them, an AM and a PM stretch. Mm-hmm. So, but you know what? To the letter of what I said I was going to do, which was 2 days, 6 days a week, or 2 hours, 6 days a week, that did not get done. The overall thing got done, but that did not get done.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
In a month's time, how much time do you commit to sales?
Now you got me doing math. God damn it.
Listen, it's Steve Kotler's fault.
I mean, 2 hours per day, 12 hours per week, right? So 48 hours.
So how much previously, before you set this goal, how much were you committing to?
I didn't actually.
Not at all.
Not at all. Well,
so to go from 0 to 48 hours a month is a huge leap. What if instead of doing 2 hours a day, you committed to doing 20 minutes a day and then grew that exponentially each week?
Okay,
would that be easier to attain?
Here's where I'm going to push back on that, though, because 20 minutes doesn't fully allow you to get into flow state, especially not with the kind of sales that I do. It's actually more effective for me to do a larger chunk of concentrated, I sit down and for 2 hours, I do nothing but sales activities. That actually is more productive time than if I pieced it out to 20 minutes, because I'm not even getting into the flow state.
Okay, well, right now you're not ready to get in the flow state. Right now you need to be establishing a habit. You're not looking to get high. You're not looking to get high. You're just looking to establish the habit, the healthy habit.
You're not wrong, but I also know how I work. Yeah. So just taking a fail on this week and saying for next week, we're going to shoot for 2 hours daily of sales activity, I'm going to hit it. I may fail a few times, but I'm going to hit it. And it's the attempt of doing that, because I have to, I'm highly like, if I get a routine that works for me, I'm more apt to do it. So if I'm not blocking off a 2-hour chunk of time that the only thing I have to do during that amount of time is sales activity, then they're not gonna get done. Because 20 minutes to me is not enough to like chunk off. That's just the way my brain works. It's not saying that it probably wouldn't be an effective way to do that. It might be, but for me, it's not the best way for me to work.
Fair enough.
So
So then, okay, let's re-engineer that then. Instead of perhaps going from 0 to 48 hours, why don't you go from 0 to 8 hours?
well, I will go for 0 to 10 hours because I want every single weekday to have 2 hours of sales activity. That's like, that's the minimum that my brain is willing to allow things to go to.
Okay.
So we'll do that. So, but I honestly, I do want it to be an everyday activity though. That's
Okay.
part of the whole point.
Fair enough. However, this goes into what we talked about in our previous segment. If you go into that state of overwhelm and over planning, is it going to get done?
But I'm not over planning because I already have a plan for that.
Okay.
That's what the current plan is. Basically, I'm just saying I don't want to change from the current plan. I just want to hit those goals.
Gotcha. Keep your target then, girl. I believe in you. You can do it.
Okay.
You can do anything you set your mind to.
I agree that anybody can do that.
Yeah, because you're a magical motherfucker.
Exactly. As long as
I mean that for the collective you.
Exactly.
You are a magical motherfucker. You have no idea what you can create until you try.
But everybody's focused on, well, the reasons that they can't do it. There's always going to be reasons that you can't do it. Just suspend those for a fucking minute and focus on what you can do or the reasons why you could succeed. And just answer the question, well, what if I believed in myself enough to go after this? What would happen then? And run an experiment and see if it unfucks your life.
So what were your other targets?
My other 2 targets were the email lists for the Unfuck My Life experiment and for Card 15 Tarot. So the email lists are set up. They're not connected to the websites because I had some issues with installing the websites, which I am currently working on fixing. So as soon as those websites are up, and to be fair, the websites were not part of the goal. Just getting the email list set up was the goal.
So perhaps next week your goal is to connect it to the website.
But yeah, but now this week we're going to connect it to the website, and we're going to have the website, both of the websites up and running so that I can
All
start.
3 of the websites. Faceless Warrior goes live next week too.
See?
Yep.
So we're going to have all of those links down below so that if you want to join and get reminded of when new podcasts are coming up or just the general shenanigans that are going to happen as a result of.
Get the notifications because this stuff's cray-cray.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. It is only going to get better, especially when we reveal the new punishment system.
Are we doing that today?
Yeah, I think that we probably should. You know what I've realized though? We only have a punishment system for you.
This is true.
I feel like we also, maybe on here, maybe not, maybe we can get like listeners' input on what should be a punishment if I don't hit my goals. Because I feel like that would only be fair for us both to have rewards and punishments.
I don't have a reward. What's my reward? What's my reward?
The result from getting your shit done? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, we could, maybe that's the next one is we need to discuss rewards and shit. But it's kind of, here's the thing though. Here's why I kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, my reward is not getting punished.
Well, and also, like, I kind of feel like a reward that is beyond the reward you get from doing the work is almost like a participation trophy.
True. And if I'm going back to my dog training days, the brain actually responds better to positive reinforcement.
Right.
You're motivated perhaps by avoiding pain.
Right.
However, in developing good behaviors, your brain is going to respond better to positive reinforcement because
Right.
you're developing neuropathy. You're developing the synapses in your brain to recognize that when you do a certain behavior, you get the reward that you wanted.
And the reward is building the successful business. So seeing progress in your business is the reward. It's going to be addictive, trust me. Trust me on this one little piece is the more progress you see towards your goal of making your business work the way that you want to and seeing how it helps people, that is its own reward. It really is.
I kind of feel like right now, and this is something that I went through in my planning for this morning, that for me, there's going to be important milestones. And setting those milestones at the gate and then honoring those milestones with some kind of celebration is going to be essential.
So that I feel, let's come up with a milestone reward, milestone celebration, because I don't like the term reward. Let's do a milestone celebration planning thing with you and I, and then we can announce it.
We're having a milestone celebration next week when all of these websites go live on the same day. What day are you launching your website?
Let me whip something out.
It's the trio. It's the Supermoon Trio happening mid-October.
Honestly, I think that they should all go live. Are
you putting numerology into effect right now? I know you are.
Maybe a little bit. No, I was actually going to say, because this episode, like, we're recording it ahead of time, but it's actually going to come out on Tuesday. So are you good to go by Tuesday or no?
I should be.
Okay.
I'd be happy. No. Yeah.
Is that pushing too far out of the comfort zone?
No, there's strategy happening in my brain.
Okay.
So I think that's good. Yeah, I think Tuesday works. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
So essentially.
And then we'll trickle out content on a daily basis for every day for the next 90 days. Shit.
So you said next week, but really, because this is going live on Tuesday, they will be live today. Ta-da! Ta-da! So the links that you'll see down in the description box are actually the live links for all of our new sites. So celebrate.
Pop bottles. Pop bottles. Did you drink that whole bottle of Sauvignon?
No, I will tell you exactly. It was Pinot Noir and it was trash. So I drank, I took one sip and I dumped the rest of the bottle down the drain because it was pure garbage.
Alcohol abuse. Don't dump it down the drain.
No, it was not even worthy of like cooking or marinating things. It was so bad.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
It was so bad.
Honey,
But
you should have called me. There's so many great things that you could do with a shitty bottle of wine.
It did reinforce that I'm not drinking anymore. So win on that.
No popping bottles for you then.
I mean, I will pop a nice bottle of sparkling water. No, not the same.
It's not the same.
I will celebrate with other debauchery.
Tacos!
Tacos. I will pop some tacos into
Let's pop tacos on Tuesday.
Of course. Let's pop.
Because it's Taco Motherfucking Tuesday. Am I allowed to talk about the taco monologues right now?
Yes, but not on this one.
Okay.
Okay. So what was I saying? Oh, punishment system. We're just going to go real quick through the punishment system. And then that way people can start like coming up with ideas if they want to contribute to the lists or this lovely wheel. I'm going to let you take the helm on this one. So tell us about your lovely spinny wheel of doom.
This actually isn't a spinny wheel of doom. This is my Pomodoro reward system.
Oh, that's right.
This
is the dice of doom.
Yeah, if I don't actually have a planned thing to do for my break, I get to spin my wheel and figure out what to do for 10 to 15 minutes on my Pomodoro breaks. And it's fun things like cardio boxing and having a dance party, practicing Wing Chun, or playing a didgeridoo.
That video needs to go up.
Listen, everything has a starting point. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. I thought it was glorious.
What, me trying to beatbox on a didgeridoo? It's hilarious.
On a didgeridoo was some of the best entertainment I've had all week. It's amazing. I actually feel like since it's only a few seconds long, if you send it to me, I can just edit it right into this so people can partake of the glory right now.
I already sent it to you. Where does it need to go? I'll send it right.
I don't know. I have to figure out how to do technical shit. So we'll figure that out. If I cannot add it into here, then we're just going to upload it as like an 8-second clip because it is amazing.
I really would enjoy just watching myself like right here over your shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to explain as my justification for bad behavior. This was my son, okay? When your kid asks you to do something, you do it.
To beatbox into a didgeridoo.
Yeah, I can't even explain how we got there, but he's awesome. You
can't say no.
No, you can't say no to Noah.
You can't say no to beatboxing in a didgeridoo. And you got to make it as gangsta as you possibly can.
That's me, gangsta.
I mean, I feel like you didn't choose the thug life. The thug life
chose me. Oh, my parents will be so proud.
I know.
So the wheel, I feel like at this point, because we had discussed using that as which die we were going to use. Oh, let me regress.
Yes.
So I digress, not regress. I digress.
Digress.
So we all know that my punishment is to eat something really gross if I don't get my tasks done. And the system that Becky and I came up with was she has a bunch of dice of various colors. I have a couple large ones as well. So what we're going to do is assign a specific ingredient to each number on the dice. The red one will be, I think we decided that was spices.
Yeah, no, red is spices.
Red was spices. Yeah. The yellow one is a protein. The green is a vegetable. The orange is a carbohydrate. Blue is a sauce. And white is a mystery ingredient. So what has to happen in my punishment is that we roll the dice, and whatever numbers come up, we will have assigned ingredients to each number, and then I have to take all of those ingredients and combine them and make something resembling a dish to eat.
This is amazing. And because the beauty is that we can always switch out ingredients once they've been used.
We can switch out ingredients, or my suggestion was actually to put it out to our audience. Mm-hmm. And we will come up with a reason why you are allowed to participate in this. You have to do something, accomplish something in order to suggest ingredients to the dice.
We can set that up really easily they have to share the podcast in order to be able to suggest.
There you go. Share the podcast. share the podcast, and you get to select one of the ingredients on the dice for the week, month.
No, I mean, it will go on there until it's used. And and we'll just build a waiting list of new ingredients for each color. And then that way we'll all eventually come back around.
Forever. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so each ingredient can only be used once, and then it gets swapped out for something new that comes on for the next time you roll.
And I'll put up a landing page on the Fuck My Life website that is going to show you what the current list of ingredients are.
Yeah, we'll have a whole a whole system for the punishments.
Okay. Well, we certainly do have my punishments worked out. What the fuck are yours?
I mean,
because I do believe that I've made up my own punishments, fool. You just keep elaborating on them.
I'm expanding on the idea.
Yeah. But you have not yet made a suggestion for what your punishment is for yourself. I'm about to tell you that you're going to be nominated for the 22-a-day challenge. For real. Because I just want to see that cleavage on the floor doing push-ups.
I mean, fair. But also that's like all it is. The whole
you know what it would turn into? I know what this is going to turn into. You're going to find out ways to fake it so that all you see is like this in front of a camera 22 times. Then you'd be like,
basically. No, listen, my boobs have suffered from breastfeeding and now they are very flat. So they're still going to touch the floor even when I'm in the full upright position. It's just me squishing my boobs on the floor 22 times is essentially what's going to happen.
Yeah, so what you're going to do, you're going to go like this, and you're going to make the crack in your knee, and you're just going to go like this 22 times.
The fact that you think that I would try to game the system and cheat on this
means I know you.
Completely on point. However, that is not the goal of what's going on right now. So
what's the punishment?
Put me on the spot. I think
I can't believe you haven't thought about this yet. The entire point.
You know what?
The entire point.
To be fair, I don't ever think that I'm going to get it wrong. So therefore, why would I need...
To be fair, you got it wrong this week.
Okay, but that's not the point. I don't ever think I'm going to get it wrong. I don't ever think that I'm going to fail. So I have no contingencies for when that happens.
Fair enough.
Okay. So what I think would be an excellent, although I don't know if it would be entertaining, punishment would be to do a live video of some kind. But I don't know what on. Because I hate... On what?
Cartwheels.
No. Cartwheels are not happening.
Yes. Cartwheels, jumping jacks.
Here's what I will do.
I've got cartwheels, jumping jacks, or push-ups. Come on, I'm giving you suggestions here. Ice bucket challenge.
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna be amazing.
Ice bucket challenge.
I take cold showers every day, so like that's not very fun. I will tell you something that amuses my spawn to no end, and that is when I do yoga, because I scream and I make a lot of funny faces, and it's highly entertaining. So
nothing personal. I don't want to watch you do yoga for 25 minutes.
You want me to do push-ups for however?
Takes a minute and a half.
I can do...
Unless I get to talk to you through your whole yoga session. Then I'll watch.
That could be funny. I feel like this is something that we need to brainstorm and figure it out, because...
What is this? This is what we do. We hit record and we brainstorm.
That's true. That's fair.
Unfuck my life.
That's fair.
You're avoiding. You're avoiding.
I'm
Whatever
not
it
avoiding.
is.
Here's the thing.
Whatever it is, clearly what's coming out right now is that it's got to be some kind of physical activity.
I mean, yeah.
Becky yoga?
You could pick a dance routine, and then I have to do it because I'm very bad at dancing.
Is that a skill you're trying to develop?
It is.
I'm not trying to develop the skill of eating gross foods, but
see, that's the thing is like I don't know what would be a good thing that is like entirely pointless as a punishment.
I'm trying to develop culinary skills. Does that count?
Like, is that why you picked the punishment, or did you just pick the punishment because you're okay eating gross food?
I picked the punishment because it's funny.
Exactly. So let's ask, what do you think would be actually funny for you to watch me do?
I really don't enjoy eating really gross foods. So I'll just put that out there.
Okay.
Do you get any pleasure from yoga at all?
No.
None whatsoever.
No, it's one of those things that I have to do, but I really don't want to do.
I don't have to eat gross food.
See, this is the problem. Like,
because you're getting a double reward there. Like, no, like a quadruple reward.
Sneaky.
I see you.
It's something that I don't want people watching me do as I learn how to do. That's why it's the punishment. Is because I don't like people seeing me
Becky
when I'm
yoga.
not perfect.
Becky yoga, it's done.
So
Becky yoga, but I want to talk to you while you're doing it.
okay, I mean that's
you
fair.
talk to me while I'm cooking and eating my gross food. So
That's fair. That's fair. We can do that. You can actually, I will do it this way.
And I just learned this week, like triple reinforcement, that trauma is what happens in the absence of an empathetic witness. So by me being there, it won't be so traumatic.
I think that's iffy science, but that's okay. We'll let it go. Here's what I'm thinking though, is we can do the dice, give the dice a double duty, right? And you can come up with
Poses.
So like 5 different yoga things that I have to do according to the dice.
I love it.
Right?
I like it.
So we'll make a custom yoga flow.
But right now, I'm going to highly suggest that we not open this one up to the mass public though, because I have an understanding of what, let's just say, the limitations of someone who is not a yoga practitioner should and should not do.
Right. Right. No, this one is definitely a just for you, but everybody's going to enjoy the pain that happens.
Okay.
As a result, food is a little more forgiving, I feel, but yeah, definitely don't want to actually injure myself. That would not be.
Yeah, I mean, as somebody who actually regularly does yoga, I have accidentally thrown out my back and ended up at the chiropractor for 4 weeks. So
I would say that perhaps we can offer like where I'm doing the yoga.
This I like.
As an option, or what I'm
Let's make that one of the dice.
Yeah, or like what
location
while I'm doing the yoga.
Okay, how many colors do we have? Oh, spinny wheel.
Spinny wheel.
Spinny wheel, spinny wheel, spinny wheel. So on the spinny wheel, since how many dice do we have? I can't count.
I have white, blue, red, yellow, and green.
And I have the orange. I actually have 2 orange, but we're only going to use 1 orange. And I forget why we decided that. I remember why, because it makes it easier than to make the distinction. Yeah. Okay. Stop. What? Let's see. 6 dice.
Yeah.
6 dice. Okay, so 6 dice, we'll do 5 poses, 1 location, and then on here, we can put different things that you have to wear.
Okay. Or like just an additional like thing that has to be involved.
Okay.
Like,
You can let people get creative.
yeah.
Actually, I do believe that our dear friend Jennifer suggested that in the videos that she would nominate me to wear a pink tutu and a boa or something while I was eating. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So we can make this universal, what we have to wear in our punishment.
I like it.
I like it.
We just have to like make sure we have those things.
But once you have a list, you can acquire those things, and that way nobody's ever outside of the box.
Exactly. This will be fun.
This is gonna be a really good time.
And then you can laugh at me.
I always laugh at you.
I know, but more.
We're late to our party.
We are late to our party. You know what? It is worth it. So no regrets.
So hit up the websites,
Mm-hmm.
share this video. Once you have shared the video, send in your nominations for ingredients and for locations where Becky is doing her yoga, and suggestions on what we are wearing in our punishment videos.
Yeah, so I will actually, to start it off, I will set up a thing that we'll share we'll share a link to that'll allow you to share it, and then we'll give you what you need to, like where you submit the stuff. So I'll set all that kind of tech stuff up. What we do need to discuss real quick before we wrap this up though is what are our goals to be accountable for next week? What are the things that we're going to do?
Our goals for next week. I'm sorry, I had a squirrel moment just now. I saw Escondido on the thing over here, and now I'm ashamed to show up late to the party. But what am I doing for this week?
The additional articles?
I do need to do the additional articles. I honestly don't believe there are some personal things that I have on my calendar that are going to take up a significant chunk of my time this week, this coming week.
Okay.
Let's say on my calendar, I have go faster. Go faster.
Are you telling it verbally to go back?
No, faster. Move faster is what I'm telling. 6. I want to have 5, so that's 1 a day. That's fair. I want to have. I take my weekends. Thank you very much. I know you don't, but I take my weekends.
I take Sunday. I take Sundays off.
Okay. 5. Yeah, I'll get the remaining 5 sub articles completed this week.
Okay.
And the remainder of my canned content for Instagram I'll put up within the next. I'll put it up next week too.
The remainder of your what content?
The canned content. I've got right now I think I'm out 12 days. I want to be out 3 weeks.
Okay.
So that's an additional 19. Am I doing the right math?
I have no idea.
No. It's 9 plus the 7 of the week. So I have to do 16 posts in the can and ready to go for Instagram.
That's a total of 21 posts?
3 weeks worth, yeah.
Okay. So it's 5 originals. and then 16 canned ones.
No, I need 16 in the can so that I'm 3 weeks out.
So the 16 includes the 5.
Yes. Sorry, that was my math.
Okay, so then it's 16 total, including
16
the 5.
total. I need 16 in the can by the end of the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
5 articles, 16 Instagram posts.
All right. So for me, the 2 hours of sales activities 5 days a week, right? And then I'm going to get my intro video for card 15 plus the welcome email sequence put together. And because I set up the list, but I don't have the actual like welcome sequence done yet. So, and then for Unfuck My Life experiment, we're going to do the welcome sequence.
I'm going to do that shit too.
Well, we also need to do our, like we were discussing, the
meeting scheduled for it on Tuesday, so we get it
about us
all up and running.
shits. So.
Oh, and add to my list that I have to have the spreadsheet and hopefully a landing page put together for our ingredients on the ice.
Okay, so Fun-ishments spreadsheet is for you. Okay.
Start sending in your nominations, people.
Yeah, you know, honestly, just share this. You can drop them in the comments. You can do whatever until we get it set up. But it should be like, because
I could go by comments today. We can go by comments today.
Well, because we just said that we were having all of these things come live when this is published. So of course we're recording it ahead of time. So we're thinking, but actually when this comes out on Tuesday, we're going to have all of this stuff up. Not all of the things that we just discussed, but like the form that you need to be able to share it and then be able to submit your suggestions. So we'll have that set up. And if we don't, we'll figure it out at some other point. So, all right, we're gonna wrap this up because we actually are quite late to something else we should have been doing, but we were having way too much fun.
We need a tagline for our exit.
We do.
How about
unfucking yourself?
Go unfuck yourself.
Go forth and unfuck yourself.
Go forth, unfuck yourself.
Was there a comma in there? Because that just sounded like go forth and fuck yourself. Which is not exactly what we're doing here.
This is a phenomenal t-shirt. Go forth, unfuck yourself.
Yes.
Deuces.